Chris, how does go ahead.
No, you're good, bro.
How does camp feel different that you have an ACC opponent in game one?
It's a little different, especially the opponent being Louisville. Previous years, just that those scores, that record with them just doesn't sit right with a lot of guys. I know me, especially being here for my 6th year, doesn't leave a good taste. So being able to come out and have them week one definitely is big game for us.
Chris, yeah. I want to ask you a question, the same thing I asked Sean. Does this team understand and realize how important the Louisville game is to the start of the season and getting the goal that y'all want to accomplish?
Oh, yeah, I feel like everybody has a good understanding of what's at stake with this Louisville game. Hearing it from guys like me, Mikhail, Courtney, like a lot of guys who's been here years and have played against Louisville, they know what's at stake with this game, and they know how big of a game it is for us.
So obviously you're an older guy, talking about you being a sixth-year senior. You're at a position to where that isn't traditionally super impactful in terms of counting stats. What makes you so special as a leader, and why do so many guys on this team rally around you?
Just the experience that I have on and off the field, just around the community, in school, in the classroom, and just the level of competition that I played, playing 6 years. Not like you said, not too many guys have done that, so a lot of guys come and filter around me just off the position I played, from tight end, O-line, D-line, and things like that. Like even the D-line come and learn things from me, and I was like, hey, like, what can I do better, defeat this block and things like that. And it's just talent sees talent, and that's what I like at a lot of young guys to get experience from me.
As the camp is close to coming to a close here, where do you see the offense? How excited are you? Is there anything you're still trying to put the finishing touches on?
Man, I've seen big jumps from the offense coming from the spring, and us just learning it to now is just like that turnaround, and just seeing that guys were focused and willing to really learn this offense. I'm excited to get out there and put it to use.
Obviously, the passing game is what everyone's been focused on. Mm-hmm. Where is that? Where do you see the polish? And is there anything you're trying to fine tune, or are guys really playing reactively and
I've seen the polish within the quarterback and wide receiver connection. A lot of that connection wasn't there last year. A lot of O-line play was missing last year, but a lot of guys tuning in and just dialing in the technique and really buying in and focusing more on like what they did last year to how they can better it this year.
Sure. So you see a Nye up close all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe not out there running around to passes, but how have you seen him try and, I guess, guide that ship, right? And what's allowed him to maybe gather the ears of some guys who've gone through a couple of tough seasons?
Coming in, he told us that was his main focus. He was going to focus on our weakness, which was the passing game. Our strength was the run game. We're just going to keep dialing that up and making sure that that's clean, and then just focus on the pass game and making sure that comes to light.
For sure.
What excites you about what Coach and I is doing with the offense?
I like the type of energy he brings. He's a coach who's been around a lot of players, has sent a lot of guys to the lead, and he's a humble guy and he knows what he's doing, and he gets everybody to buy in. He's not one that goes around and has to yell at everybody. He actually brings the fun to the game and has guys want to buy in. So that's what I like about Coach.
Last year at this time, it wasn't quite Garrett's team yet. Clearly it is now.
Right.
What's the difference?
Just the camaraderie. Like going into week one, we didn't know who that starting quarterback was going to be, and that was like, oh man, what's it going to be in practice? Like, who's going to be the quarterback doing this, doing that? But now that we know that Schrader's quarterback for week one and they're going to be our starting quarterback, is offense running a lot smoother.
Chris, Burns talked last week about some of the pass protection aspirations he wants for this group. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that as well?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pass pro, what type of things do you think, technique-wise, we can do y'all can do to improve?
I feel like just bringing the young guys along. Guys like me and Birds who have been in situations our freshman year and just building our technique, getting the young guys to buy into their technique. Just seeing linebackers and being able to bump off things and stuff like that. When they buy into technique, all that slows down. All it does is slow down the game and makes it much more easier for them. So just getting them to understand that.
The O-line and D-line have definitely been one of the big question points for the fans. But what young guys do you see on both sides of the ball that have impressed you during camp?
On the defensive side, I'll say Terry Lockett. Terry Lockett has come back, and he's my locker mate too, so we always talking. But he has come back. He's changed his body a lot, changed his mindset. And he's kind of looking like an older guy down there, and that's what I love to see. Offensive wise, Enrique Cruz. Not just because he's a Chicago guy, but he's actually developed. He's a guy who's about 305, doesn't look anything like 305, and it's just great footwork, and is probably one of the fastest O-linemen that we have.
With being picked to finish last in the Atlantic Division, it seems like a theme has been, don't sleep on us, don't count us out. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I'll totally agree. Even going back 2018, like we've always had a chip on our shoulder. And, there's no better way to go than with that chip on your shoulder, because there's nowhere to go but up when you at the bottom.
Do you think the ceiling for the run game is even higher this year? Obviously, you're back, and if your 5 offensive linemen are healthy, it's got to be a better grouping than you've had since 2018, right?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. A goal of mine is to see Sean Tucker win that Heisman. I feel like he definitely could have won it last year, but now that I'm here, I'm fully healthy and and won't be missing any games. I expect him to win the Heisman.
So you said 2,000 yards for him last year. What are you thinking this year? Like 15 and 1,000 receiving, 1 and 1?
I'm saying he's breaking his record. He's breaking his own record.
Okay.
He's breaking his own record.
The offseason and camp, it has stages to it. What stage is this mentally for you right now, 2 weeks out?
Right now, I just got done talking to the guys. Like, this is the doggy days. This is the days where, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's like we're not quite there yet, and we can't just jump ahead. We're still in camp. We got to make sure that you're still locked in every day, and don't take the mental battle out of it, because once you're mentally defeated, then you took most of the game out of it.